Okay, you guys, we're back. And your little piggies should be dry, okay? And we're going to do some of that painterly stuff just to emphasize how whimsical these are gonna be, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do, and you guys are gonna have a plate with some extra colors. You're definitely gonna get orange, like a light blue, a yellow, and a purple. You do not have to use all of those colors, okay? The first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a flat brush, and I'm gonna make sure it's totally dry. And I'm gonna dry brush some purple on there. Now, dry brush means that you get a little bit of paint on your brush and then you wipe most of it off, okay, so that your brush is mostly dry. And then you do like a dry brush like this, okay? I might do some there, I might do some here, but you see how you get the texture of the brush, okay? So I'm gonna do a few areas of purple before I move on to the next. Now remember, these two ears are overlapping and I wanted this ear to be up front. So I'm gonna do a little bit on this ear and then I'm gonna let that be, okay? Another way that you can do this, so if you don't like the dry brush, is you can just brush it on there. So I just have this normal brush, we used it last week, and I can just brush it on there, okay? If you like the little textures, you can do that, but let's say I want some of this on here, okay? It's just these little brush strokes. It's not anything fancy. You don't want to fill your whole pig in again, because if you do that, then we're not going to be able to tell that it's your pig, okay? It's going to look a little bit different. It's going to look, I don't know, like something that's not a pig. We don't want to fill it all in again, okay? Another thing that you can do after you do your dry brushing, I actually think I need a little bit right here. I'm going to use some purple for that. Okay. The other thing that you can do is you can do some splatter painting. So I've got some dry brushing done. I like to accent the outside, okay? Or maybe even like his little haunches right here, okay? But what you're gonna do, if you wanna do some splatter painting, I got my paintbrush wet, and I got my yellow, all right? And what you do is you hold one paintbrush like this out, and then you take your, if you're splatter painting with yellow, you take your paintbrush with your yellow on it, and you do a little bit of this. Now, we don't wanna splatter paint so much that our picture looks crazy, but it is a cool, fun detail, and it does look really cool. And once we outline it, it'll look even cooler. Okay, so I'm gonna rinse my brush and dry it, and then I'm gonna take a little bit more, and I'm gonna do some orange. Gotta get quite a bit of paint on your brush. Oops, if you get a big clump like that, you're just gonna have to live with it. It'll eventually dry. That's why I was saying maybe get a little bit of water on your brush to do this part. Yeah, it looks better. Okay, once you're done with that, we're gonna outline these with black. Now, if you want Miss Caitlin or myself to outline yours, then you can tell us to. If you wanna do your own, you can do your own, but we have to use a paintbrush to outline them because they are still wet and we can't blow dry them and get them fully dry, okay? So, we'll give you some black paint and a little paintbrush, and I'm gonna turn it upside down to outline mine. And if you need help outlining, maybe just this first shape, I bet the rest of you could do this, but this first shape is probably the hardest one because it's big and round. Okay, and then I also like to add a couple little extra dabs in here. Coming across here where the grass is to make it look like those little hoofs are down there, like we talked about. Okay, and then I'm going to do the top part. And then remember, this ear is going to be up front. looking so cute. And then I'm gonna come in and do where the pink is, the darker pink tail. I'm gonna do a little black there. Okay, and there you go. We have our cute little pig booties, and they're all ready to take home. You probably need to let these dry another week, but there you go.